future is threatened by enemies often unseen
Sailor Marine.
and unexpected. In the midst of an uncertain and evolving world, the need for Marines to defeat these shifting threats is critical because the need to ensure stability for our nation has never been greater. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant: Marines.
Okay, every time he said that, he's like, oh, by the way, I'm lying. But he's not. Like, right? There's no way he's lying.
I want the story where he, stood on his head.
Yeah.
Up against the wall and then jerked off and come on his face. Talk about this.
Yes, that story. And he's like, oh, guys, that's
Cheersington, chat.
story. And I'm like, I think that
Feels real.
it does. I think he's just trying to, lie. But he's a freaky prick for sure.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
There have always been a few, ready to fight and win. Since 1775, these few have been Marines, and they come from across this land to defend the future of our nation. This year, our Corps celebrates 250 years, and Marines are proud to serve this country, each other, and all that is still to come for America.
I don't want to get a virus. I actually don't. Just watch the video to be safe.
Hey, what's up, y'all? God, see that? It's escaping the agent. The ass.
The ass eater. Okay, we'll think. He just said that with a straight face. Everyone. Is someone linking the, is there a trailer? I don't want to get a virus. Oh, this one! Wait, this is an iconic clip! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! How nice! I love it! Wow! Wait, no, guys!
We must fight to secure the future. By defeating all that threatens it. By winning the battles that will shape what's to come, together. We are Marines. We were made for this.
Shirt on does not mean that I eat ass. I wear it because it's a funny shirt. We cannot start this. It's happening, but it's happening. No. Extra ass eater.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering purpose and belonging well earned. Fighting and winning for our nation and its people. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment is visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine.
Why was the gift late to the party?
Because it's all wrapped up.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world, always connected, but somehow alone, trapped by illusion. We offer another path, where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling, united by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
Welcome back, I'm Chris. This is Nina. I'm trying to set it up with a guy, and I feel like we can tell a lot about a guy just based on his cooking. So,
Yes.
Nina, you're gonna make an egg dish with that 3 different similar guys. Based just on that, what is that food you're going on?
I'm like a professional egg and tomato too.
Perfect. So,
Let's see what they do. Let's do it. I'm gonna roast the shit out of their ass. Just to tell you that.
hi, I'm Al, and I'm Brandon.
Hi, I'm David.
How are you feeling about this?
A little nervous. These guys seem prepared to.
Brandon, you came in really prepared.
I don't know about that. I just brought some garbage. It's my first time cooking tomato eggs.
Hello. Hello, today we're talking about the 1 minute that's missing from Jeffrey Epstein's footage. We're talking about the mystery man that appears after lockdown. Who is it? We'll try to get into it because it's not mentioned in the 2023 OIG report. Now, just yesterday we already talked about the DOJ FBI memo that was obtained by Axios saying that Epstein killed himself. You guys should stop making conspiracy theories because Kash Patel and Dan Bongino would never lie to you. Even though previously they said, yeah, it's probably there's a cover-up. Now they're saying there definitely is no cover-up. And in fact, the FBI director, Kash Patel, went on Joe Rogan to tell everybody, you guys are crazy, and we're going to release the inside the jail cell footage proving.
And you're going to get the video of the cell, and you're going to see for yourself. And we will never be able to convince everyone.
So apparently, we're going to get footage of the cell, which is why when the DOJ dropped a 10-hour video during the time of Epstein's death, people understandably thought this was footage of his cell. Here's what this looks like. It's CCTV footage, but this is not actually Epstein's cell. What is this for? This is footage of a common area. Epstein's door is way back over here in the corner. You can't see it from this footage angle. You'd understandably not know that because of the way Kash Patel made it sound. He made it sound like we're definitely dropping the real video outside a periscope view of Epstein's cell.
There's just no way that you could have run amok and had people go into that cell and not have any video of it, and not have any people come out and say, hey, yeah, I saw that guy, he shouldn't have been there, the guard, or this guy. There's just no access points into places like this in the detention center. If they had gotten into the cell, you would see it.
But we were told that the cameras were down.
Well, I don't know who said that.
But that was in the news.
The man is sending us where?
Yeah. It's also in the OIG's actual report. Like the government report admits that most of the cameras were not recording. Now I'm going to show you which cameras were and were not recording. I'm going to show you the exact angles of these cameras. But I want to draw your attention to one of the weirdest things in all of this footage, which is just the fact that there's a minute of it missing. You're going to want to look at this time, and you'll see in about 3 seconds it will jump, and the framing will change. So there you can see there was a cut or some kind of edited footage, and it obviously begs the question, why is there a minute missing from the FBI's, like, prove it tapes? But also, what does this tape even prove? As I said, this is not Epstein's cell, nor is this his cell. We're going to show you what that actually looks like. Here's the framing we see, and now we're going to compare that to the official report, June 2023, of Epstein's cell. They lay out a structure of the jail cell and the jail itself, and here you can see it's a two-level system. There's a lower tier, there's an upper tier, and Epstein was in the L tier. Okay, here is where the camera actually was that we're seeing. We're going to go ahead and go through this so you can see that's what it looks like. There's upper floor, lower floor. Epstein was located on the upper floor in what's called the L tier, okay, which is right here. You can see it even better from here. Here's Epstein's cell. Here's the hallway. And right here is the camera, which was not recording. Unlike what Cash Patel sort of insinuates that they're going to release that footage, they don't have that footage. According to them, the recording wasn't working. It was streaming, but not recording. Footage apparently the DVR system stopped working about 10 days before all of this happened. This is in their own words. That's not saying that. Around July 20th, I believe, it stopped recording as it was supposed to. Now, here's where you can see what actually was recording the day of. So you can see this is the camera that we have, and it's looking this way. So that camera footage we see is not of Epstein's cell at all. You can't see it. Instead, this is the guard station over here, and the staircase is like this little, like 3 pixels right there. So it's an actual joke if you think that this footage somehow had a perfect line of sight of Epstein's jail cell, and you couldn't have run it off right, even during the missing 1 minute window, because, oh, we had a perfect line of sight on his door. They don't, and the cameras were not recording. That's right here, like, and it's crazy. The FBI director is spreading misinformation going, oh, I don't know who told you that. You guys told us that. These cameras right here are streaming, but not recording. You can see it right there. There's Epstein's cell. That's the camera that would have been on him. It's not there, and yet he goes in front of millions of people and tells people otherwise. It's so irresponsible.
So, and if they had gotten into the cell, you would see it.
But we were told that the cameras were down.
I don't know who said that.
But that was in the news.
Yeah, again, it wasn't just in the news. It was in the government's report. Okay, so that's that. So now we're going to see the camera that we're actually getting footage of, right? So this is a video. You can see that's cell 46. Here's the camera that was recording, and you can see it highlighted here. You'll also be able to see that the staircase is partially obstructed because of this wall right here, okay? So these tiny 3 pixels are seeing the edge of the staircase. Here's where they even highlight it for you. Again, this is not my diagram. This is the government's own diagram. This is the stairway to Epstein's cell. Here's the officer station, as we stated. And here's the non-recording camera Again, this is the government in looking at Epstein's cell. According to them, there have been catastrophic disk failures and no recordings would have been available after July 29th, 2019. And of course, all this happened on August 9th, 10th, 2019. Now, an important thing is this mystery man that comes up in the footage. Because previously, I was kind of thinking this footage kind of didn't show anything. It definitely doesn't show that nobody was there, because you can't really see it. The important cameras are missing, and there are ways to get in or through the staircase without noticing, which we'll kind of go over here. And when Epstein was found. But this 10:40 p.m. is going to become extremely important, because it turns out there was someone, what looks to be an inmate, out of his cell at 10:40 p.m. And the question is, who is that person? You can see this at 10:38 p.m. Remember, everyone's supposed to have been in their jail cell for 2.5 hours at this point. No prisoners. You can see a guard goes over somewhere out of sight. We can't see it. None of the cameras are recording except for this one. And then moments later, we see a little bit of orange near the staircase. Now I'm going to have to zoom into this. It's extremely hard to see. But you can see a little pixel of orange makes its way up the staircase, right? And then we're going to see the guard return to his chair, ostensibly locking someone up maybe at that time. Who is that person, right? Because previously we were told that everyone was in their jail cell at 8 p.m. 2.5 hours later, the guard takes someone up, or it looks like that. It's hard to see. But there's some sort of orange something going up the staircase to Epstein's cell block. But then if we cross-reference that with this recent memo, we can surmise who that was. It says the FBI's independent review of this footage confirmed from the time Epstein was locked in his cell around 10:40 p.m. on August 9th until 6:30 a.m. Nobody entered any details of this shooting. So we're supposed to believe that Epstein now is that guy, the mystery man, who's outside of his cell 2.5 hours after lockdown. It's just sort of tossed in this memo here without any explanation, but it's never mentioned in the OIG's original report in 2023. In fact, the only thing that is mentioned is that Epstein was allowed an unmonitored phone call, which was against the rules, but he was allowed it anyways, and he returned to his cell after the call, which was at 7 p.m. So again, we were led to believe he was in his jail cell at 8 p.m. by the official report, and then now the FBI's kind of come out and in one line said something quite remarkable, which is that several hours later, Epstein's returning to his cell, or somebody is. All we know, at least from this footage, all you can actually surmise from this is that somebody walked up those stairs at 10:40 p.m. with the guard, because the guard leaves his desk, some orange jumpsuit goes up there, and then the guard comes back. Now I want to be clear, the OIG report mentions 10:40 p.m. several times as basically the last time that a CO checked on Epstein. That's how it originally was framed. In fact, instead, they basically say that Noel, one of the guards, was actually carrying linen or inmate clothing up to the L tier, which was the last time any CO approached the only entrance to the chute tier in which Epstein was housed. So their theory at the time, I guess the theory was they were carrying up, they say inmate clothing. Basically the idea is they're carrying up an orange jumpsuit. And that's why you see orange there at 10:40 p.m. That's the official story in 2023, was that they were carrying Epstein, somebody's clothing up. Now we are finding out that that wasn't carrying clothing up, that was actually Epstein himself, for some reason, was locked in his cell at 10:40 p.m. way after lockdown, and we don't know why or how any of this happened. And then we know from the same report that the guards made false statements and falsified records saying that they had made mandatory rounds, inmate counts, when in fact they had nothing. So, does any of this mean for sure that the conspiracy theorists are right? No. It just means that this footage that they released and they hyped up, and they said on the biggest podcast platform in the world was going to prove everything, proves nothing and actually raises more questions because it contradicts the official narrative that has been set, which is that everyone was in lockdown and they should have been, and no one could have possibly entered the cell block. But actually, someone did. Now they're saying that's Epstein in a memo. After hours, for some mysterious reason, denied his death. Why? No answers. But don't look into it. You're a conspiracy. You're crazy guy. And by the way, got a shout out. Last chance to get the merch. We've only got a few days left on it. If you want Crime is Legal merch, I think it's a fitting video to put this in. Go to Popzilla.store, Popzilla.store. Okay, bye.
Violent rhetoric and attacks on ICE agents are on the rise as Democrats try to paint deportation efforts as evil. But are Americans buying it?
Would you support a new government program that would deport all people living in the U.S. illegally? And that finds majority favor. That finds 6 and 10.
I'm Georgia Howe. John is off this week, but Kevin Phillips is here. It's Friday, July 11th, and this is Morning Wire. The man prosecuted by the Biden DOJ for his text to vote for Hillary meme just had his conviction overturned. Now
mac and cheese.
Yeah, what's up? You want marble? I'm not making. No, I got to come back to it. I made a $35 tonight, like $2 per waffle. I made 35. I swear to God, I made 35. Oh, bro, I swear to God, I made 35. They give me $10 on sick money. Bro, this is 25 right here, bro. And wow. And $10 over there. They really, and I ain't even getting some away. Damn. 35. Okay.